Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Come on, won't you say it loud? Ayo, we gon' turn this out. Tom Clark's Main Event.
Hey, what's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. Tom Clark back here with you yet again another Friday. I'm having some technical stuff happening today. Facebook is acting wonky. You want to know why? Because it's run by a freaking weird, kooky dude. That's why I keep it PG. I got a lot more adjectives to describe that bonehead, but I'm going to save them for another show. Just you wait, you social media billionaires, you tech bros. I got a finger for you, and it ain't this one, okay? I'm feeling good. How you guys doing out there? Happy New Year again. I like to say that all month, just so people know. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope everything's going well for you out there in your little corner of the world. As I said, I'm having tech issues, but we're going to share the link around. If you kids will, smash the like button for us. That'd mean loads to us. And also share this on your socials as well. We don't like to do that on the socials, but we do use them. We try to get our name out there. So, yeah, be patient with us, kids. We got lots of stuff to talk about today. If you are a fan of New Japan, boy, you're going to be happy because we're going to talk about Wrestle Kingdom here today. If you're not a fan of New Japan, why don't you stick around anyhow because it's still going to be good. You might even learn something. You never can tell. We've got folks on deck getting ready to come up on the stage here with us today, kids. So please make them feel welcome. We'll bring them up in just a scoosh. But again, folks, if you will, please share this around. And please smash that like button for us. And I'm going to share the YouTube link at the moment on my Facebook. So in case anyone out there is having a hard time, if you can't watch right now, we just fixed it. Of course, if you can't watch right now, then you don't know that. I don't know. Anyway, I was going to try to make it cute. I couldn't do it. Lots to talk about again here today, kids, as we said before. Before we go any further, let's bring up our guests. You know her from the Untitled Wrestling Podcast. Please welcome back to the show, Faye Devine.
Hello. You okay?
What's up, Faye? How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, very good. I'm glad that I could come on. I've missed you guys.
Absolutely. Same here, yeah. And kids, you also know this next gentleman from the Patton Report, as well as Bachman's Basement. Please welcome back Christopher Ray Patton. What's up, dude?
It's going okay. What's up, man? How you been? How's everybody been?
Been great, man. I got no complaints. Well, I take that back. I got a whole lot of complaints, but I'll save them till another day. They don't have to happen right now, so it's fine. Yeah, technical issues abound, but it's okay. It's going to be all right.
It's how it works. It's part of the course, isn't it?
I blame Faye because she popped up and had technical issues right off the bat.
Yeah. So maybe that's it. It's gremlins.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's what happened.
I usually think it's me, Tom. I'm pretty cursed when it comes to doing shows with you.
Well, you know what they say? If it's live, it's not an accident. It was meant to happen that way. We're going to stick to that anyhow.
Yeah, and the good old words of Jim Ross, we're live, pal.
That's it. Don't it kill you that there's actually a podcast with that title? It's like somebody had to do it eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's a great name for a podcast, honestly.
I think so too.
A little jealous of that one.
Let's see. E, I see your comment. I appreciate you, my friend. Josh, what's going on? Fernando, good to see you. Farewell, Tanahashi. Boy, yeah, we got a lot to talk about for that show. Let's see. So as people continue to file in, kids, if you will, as we said before numerous times, I'll remind you again later. Please share this around where you can. All right, guys, let's get into it here today. Let's talk some Wrestle Kingdom 2026. I almost said 2025. That's going to take some getting used to. Before we run down the show, I want to lead off with Hiroshi Tanahashi. He took his final bout at Wrestle Kingdom, at least as an in-ring performer. I hate to see him go. However, seeing how he walks, just walking, it makes me hurt when I watch him walk. So I think I said on the show last week, I don't know the guy, so I can't sit here and say, he's hurting. He doesn't feel good. I don't know that. But, buddy, he looks like he's had better days. I just wonder how often he wakes up and he's like, oh, this sucks. But I'm glad that he went out on his own terms. The match with Okada was awesome. I mean, Faye, this was a great way to send him out. What's your thoughts about this?
I'm sad that he's not wrestling anymore, but I'm happy for his knees, and that they're getting the rest they deserve. But honestly, I cried into my cereal while I was watching this. It was so sad, like so emotional. I don't think I was expecting it to get me as much as it did. And it got me, like, and I wasn't, I think as well, obviously with how Tanahashi's been, and we've obviously seen him wrestle a lot last year, doing his like sort of like final whirlwind tour. I got to see him at Forbidden Door, his last match in the UK. And even then you watch him and you're like, oh, maybe you just scale, and he doesn't seem to have done that, scaled it back at all, even though he knows it's his last year. Like, maybe don't like do the high fly flow and stuff like that, and he still does. But yeah, it was magical, wasn't it?
It was something to see. And Chris, you and I we chatted about this a few weeks ago. Imagine you can let your veteran top guy go out. And I love Chris through the commentary, how the guys were like, he never gives up. He'll never give up. And I'm like, I know he's not. And of course he didn't give up. We don't have to get into that. But what'd you think overall, man?
Yeah. So are we just talking about the final bout, or are we going to save the match for a little later?
We can talk. We can do the match right now. It's fine.
Yeah. No, it's okay. We can go in order. I don't want to throw anything. That's why I asked. That's why I'm asking. I absolutely love the entire build up to this. The entire run Tanahashi's had, specifically that match he had with Gabe Kidd, by the way, which go back and watch that. It's phenomenal.
Really good
for where Tanahashi is in his career. And much like what you were saying, I mean, he's going out on top. He's the president of New Japan, and I think he is the second most important wrestler in JPW history. You know, right behind Inoki.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that this year gave me more of an appreciation for Tanahashi than I had before. I kind of was not a huge Tanahashi fan. I appreciated him as a performer, wrestler, his connection to that crowd. But recently, every reaction he's gotten from the Japanese fans has been almost like this Jeff Hardy level of like something more that I kind of finally got. Like it kind of occurred, you know, I clicked. Yes, that's the best way to put it. Because I was always more into like Naito or Nakamura, AJ Styles when he was there, Okada, obviously. Everybody's heard me gush about Okada for years and years and years. But Tanahashi's been the constant, man, and it's crazy. It's crazy to see this transition, and hopefully it means good things. There were some great things on this show with him, you know, as president, including Wrap It Up, B.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty great. But yeah, I thought this was very emotional for me. When him and Shibata embraced after their collar and elbow chop fight, that's when I lost it. I couldn't handle it anymore. And I got a little teary-eyed. I'm about to get a little teary-eyed talking about it right now because it's just a beautiful moment in wrestling.
Yeah.
They did that in Rev Pro as well. Like they tagged together at Rev Pro the night before Forbidden Door, and they embraced and cried there as well.
Wow.
And to circle back on your point about how it's not like click for you. So in the same sort of vein, John Cena's never clicked for me, but I feel like what people feel about like who really like John Cena, Tanahashi gives me that vibe of like just feel good, like just pure unadulterated joy of Japanese pro wrestling and just that fighting spirit. I think what John Cena does for other people, Tanahashi does for me.
That's a good point. And I think some of it is John, but I also think some of it is that company. John feels very produced. John, I like John a lot. John doesn't, man, I'm going to say this, it's going to sound weird. John doesn't feel real to me most times I see him. Doesn't mean he's a piece of crap or anything. It's just he feels very produced. He feels very slick. He seems genuine, but when I see him, I'm like, that's a production. And again, might be the nicest guy in the world. He seems like he is. But like Tana never comes off like that. Like they kept pointing out on commentary how humble he is. Boy, you could see that a mile away. Like every top guy has to have a level of ego. If you don't have ego, you're not going to get anywhere in that business. But like, so I'm sure Tana had it. Maybe he still has some. But buddy, again, the humility this guy has, he's more concerned about the show overall than he is about his own career in terms of, I got to look this way or look that way. Remember the night he came out as one of the boys for Dalton Castle?
Yeah.
No humility. Not there's anything wrong with coming out as a boy for Tana. I'd do it. But like that Tanahashi did that. That's just awesome. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I love that. What about his actual final bout, guys? What do you think about all the legends that came out? I didn't expect Jay. Jay White was a surprise.
Jay White.
Right? What do you think, Chris?
there was a lot of surprises here. The Naito one was kind of the biggest surprise just because he's been on the super outs with New Japan. It's also crazy to see people like Shibata and Muto moving better than Tanahashi currently.
Yeah.
Right, which was kind of wild to see. My favorite moment of the bow, other than Shibata making me cry like a baby, was after they did the big photo, Muta getting his selfie in, making sure he got his selfie in.
That was great.
Which I loved. I was like, that's so cagey. It's great. And then Naito, a lot of people thought it was weird and didn't like it. I was like, but that's exactly what Naito would do as a, as a character. You get this like bro fist bump and then immediately spits in his face. Some of the entrances went a little long, I will say. And speaking as someone who's not moving that well, Ibushi, Kenny Omega could not hold his excitement, man. He was like, I'm going in. I guess figure it out. Ibushi's limping down this ramp. I think people forget about how big Tokyo Dome is. I mean, it's a baseball stadium.
Huge.
It's huge. That ramp was really long for some of these cats.
I'm convinced that Kota was either meant to be in a wheelchair or have crutches, and Kota was like, "No, I don't believe in crutches."
I agree
and
with
just
that.
Walked.
Yeah,
like that man does not believe in modern medicine and books. Like,
well,
he doesn't trust them.
And I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing here, guys, but I imagine some of it's that strong style stuff where he's on crutches and he puts him down at the curtain. Like, I can't go out there looking like that. I have to be I have to be me. I have to be what they expect.
I don't care that I have a broken femur. I will walk down this very long ramp. And it's what are you doing?
Yeah.
No, we understand.
And I mean, we talked about two people there with Kota and Naito who, in theory, were welcome back with open arms. But there's a giant WWE elephant in the room who was not able to come here to this event named Nakamura, who was booked for a 1-minute segment on SmackDown, which just further disgusts me more about that company not to let him go to this event, to the point. That's why
he asked for his release, didn't he? And they didn't grant it.
Yeah, it's
That's what I
it's
heard.
a whole terrible situation there. And I'm not going to spend the whole time bashing on WWE, but they've let Jericho do things and other wrestlers do things. Natalie Hart, for instance, doing things in smaller promotions. They should have let Nakamura do this.
They let him go to Noah, didn't he?
Oh, that's true.
For Muta's last match, didn't.
Yeah, and it is all a matter of, Chris, like you said, it's we could fill hours back. Look, kids, real quick, we won't stay on it. But I've said it to everyone here multiple times through the years, as recently as last week. You can like what you want to like, but I am not going to ignore the history of the terrible things that company is either allowed to happen or has done to people. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to act like it doesn't happen. Nakamura wasn't there because they didn't want him there. But to your guys' point, that's why I wasn't there. I mean, ridiculous.
Yeah, and Tanahashi kind of said in the build up to this that the reason he was wearing the Nakamura band on his arm is because Nakamura wasn't allowed to be there, not that he couldn't be there. So
exactly.
It was very on the nose of what was happening, which is, as a fan, that Nakamura and Tanahashi and AJ Styles and that time period of New Japan and then Okada and Kenny Omega later is the reason I became a New Japan fan. So to me, that's kind of unforgivable, especially Triple H, who claims to be this great wrestling mind who has such a respect for the business. That's one of the most disrespectful things I think that I've seen in wrestling in a long time, is not to let Nakamura take that trip. But y'all can do what you want with that as far as that goes.
Yeah.
But Takeshita wearing Shinsuke's band on his arm was very nice.
Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Takesha has that DDT thing on him. And it seems as though, first of all, if there was a problem, they would never put their belt on him. So I don't think there's a problem company level, leadership level. But I do think the fans have an issue because the fans still boo him. And it's not because he ran heel. When he was coming out as a face, they still booed him. And it's like, not everybody, but there's a segment of that audience that are very loyal NJPW fans. Like, once you come in from another company, man, forget it, you know?
Well, they did a great job of building up that match, and we can talk about, when we get to the match, we'll talk about the story elements of it, but they built it almost like an anime type storyline of he would not take the teachings of the New Japan Dojo, which is why he was a DDT guy. And that leads into the great finish of that match. So when we get there, I'll gush more over how well that match was worked. But
yeah.
Well, we'll circle back to the actual Okada versus Tana and the mechanics of it and everything. We'll come back to it. Let's go ahead and go to Yota Tsuji becoming the man. He is now the IWGP champion. Because on New Year Dash, kids, he brought back the original IWGP Championship.
Gorgeous belt.
Buddy, let me tell
beautiful.
you, old school NWA, they'd hold up the big gold belt or the original NWA Championship. When the ref holds it up and the whole place pops, that's a thing. They popped when he took that robe off. The old school guy in me is like, that's what we do. We pop for the championship. How cool is that? I love it. Because they were saying that he wanted to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such an incredible title. Like it's always been so beautiful. And when they sent it off for a while, I was so sad. I was like, no. I mean, there's a reason why AEW basically just gimmicked made the same belt. Yes, it's kind of perfect. It's the best looking one.
I mean, that IWGP Championship kind of doesn't even look like a pro wrestling title to me. You're kind of like,
it looks like a toy belt, doesn't it?
It looks like well, I'm talking about the original. No, that new one, I don't like that new one at all.
Yeah, I don't like it.
The new one reminds me of Jeff Hardy's TNA Championship. It was that angular, yeah. But that original that Yota brought back, I'm like I know that's a championship. I know it's probably a wrestling thing, but man, it looks too nice to be a wrestling title. Do you know what I mean? It just looks too elegant or something.
Like gorgeous, isn't it?
That the other belt that they had reminded me of that the episode of Heels where they give him the title belt that's got all the glowy the LED lights and stuff.
Oh my god,
yeah,
forgotten about that. Well, I love that Tsuji won this. You know, it would have been had he beat Naito when he first came back, too soon. Although that crowd would have lost their minds, it would have been like an Okada Tanahashi moment. But I think the timing was really, really good here. I wasn't crazy about the end. I don't, cutting him off. I guess the idea is let's cut him off because Tana's going to have the night. We don't maybe need two top guys having the night. So I guess that's fine.
I hated that.
Yeah. I'm not crazy about it. And plus, no disrespect to Jake. Right? Is that his name? Jake?
Jake Lee, yeah.
Jake Lee. I always forget it. Yeah. I like Jake a lot. I don't get it. I don't know why he's the next guy. And I'll be honest with both of you guys, it kind of feels like that's a weak first contender, in my opinion, for that belt. Yeah. What do you think, Faye?
I think with obviously what's happened with like New Year's Dash and stuff like that, I think he came back to no fanfare, by the way, Jake Lee. Like I didn't care that he was in United Empire. I just thought it was weird that he'd suddenly joined United Empire. Yeah. That felt strange to me.
Yeah.
Because I know obviously what happened with Bullet Club and stuff like that. I'm a huge Bullet Club mark. I always will be. I love them. But I think like the War Dogs were really hot. Like they were great to watch. Again, I've never really clicked with David Finlay, but I think you probably could have made it David Finlay for Yota, maybe, and then done like, if I defeat you, I'm taking your thing, instead of just, you could have done it that way instead of just dissolving it, because it just doesn't seem Bullet Club style to do that. And I think Yota deserves someone of more standing, like the top gaijin, I guess. Well, obviously Zach's there, but you know what I mean? Like the top of Bullet Club as his first, especially if you're going to end it as his first opponent, I think.
I mean, if nothing else, Gabe could have stepped into that role.
Yeah, that would have been so good.
And again, I don't know how fair it is to Jake, to be honest with you. I don't know how fair, Chris, how fair is it to Jake? Like, Jake may not even see it that way. It's not like the kid he didn't just start yesterday, but in terms of that world, does anyone see him as, yep, he's the first contender?
So, I mean, New Japan does, right? So
fair.
Someone there does.
Sure.
I think the problem with Jake Lee is he just returned, right? So we're going straight there. They made some big swings with either debuting stars or returning stars on this show, which is kind of out of character for New Japan. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and see how it plays out. But what I will say is I have friends that are kind of casual New Japan viewers. They were like, who is Jake Lee and why is this a big deal? Because they haven't watched, they probably show up and watch Wrestle Kingdom and some of the G1, right?
Yeah.
So for the American audience, it may be a bit different. In the building, it seemed like it did really well on the return, and they'll have a good match.
They did pop off of it.
Should be a really good match, right? Like, so I don't know. Let's see how it plays out. I think there's better. Like, I think Gabe Kidd would be a better first opponent, honestly. Like, you guys named that one. I think that's spot on, because you're going to get a super quality match out of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see how it goes, I guess. I'm on the fence about it. Like, I don't know that there's a great, Yota hasn't found his Okada yet. Well, we're working towards that, right? We got to find the guy.
Yeah.
Find the guy to always be challenging the ace.
I thought it might have been Uemura, but him and Shota, real quick, I'm going to tell y'all, they do not like Shota Umino over there. I don't know what that kid did to them, but they do not like Shota. I'm talking about the crowd. I
love Shota.
I love Shota too, but buddy. I mean, he and they came out on New Year Dash. I always blank on the tag team, the Knockout Bros, and immediately challenged them, and they got booed. And Shota couldn't talk for getting booed. I'm like, what did this kid do to you guys? What did he do to y'all?
Head and betrayed everybody.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like,
but I mean, that's kind of like why it would be great for Tsuji, though. Honestly, because I'm assuming they're going to. Yeah, I mean, they're going to build Tsuji as the babyface, I think, coming out of this, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's the savior of New Japan. He's the guy that's been talking about breaking the relationship up between AEW and New Japan, and how New Japan doesn't need AEW, and then he goes and wins the title from an AEW guy. It seemed very pointed, right? As this is where I'm going now. I'm the ace.
Yeah,
that'll be interesting come Forbidden Door as well, I think.
Oh, good call.
Yeah, if they actually let New Japan win a match.
Yeah, no kidding. God.
If I'm Tsuji, I'm not showing up to that event.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Sit at home with my belt.
It seemed like the first year they did it was fairly balanced, and ever since then it's been all downhill. I don't know. Like, I don't get it either. It doesn't make any sense to me. Well, since we're already on Tsuji and help me out here. Takeshita, my God. I kept wanting to say Tanahashi, then it went to Tai Chi, and then so I don't know what more you can say about Takeshita. The guy is the freaking Terminator. I mean, he's just so good. He's so good. I mean, you could argue and say he was the best wrestler of 2025. I mean, just phenomenal. Everything that guy does. It's great.
We've just done our end of year awards, our first part, and we have just argued over whether Takeshita is the best wrestler of 2025. So give that a listen, because that was fun.
I'll have to. Yeah.
there's a very hard argument for that, for sure. Like, if I'm so glad I don't have to do these end of the year awards anymore. I can just like everything and not have to try to put a number on it, because that used to be such a nightmare every year.
I've never done that for the main event. I should.
It's like it's just like the worst kind of politicking. It doesn't end well for anyone.
It just makes you hate your co-host or co-hosts.
Yeah.
Anyone's in the room with you.
But see, I'd be like that other company over there where I'm the only guy saying yes and no to the Hall of Fame. It's just me. You know what I mean?
It's like, well, this is my show and these are my results.
Yeah, that's it. I don't care. I don't like it. Yeah,
No.
Takeshi's freaking great.
I want to say about this match in general, the build up, the story, if you go
Yeah.
and read everything that they were doing, it played into the story of this match beautifully. This was easily the best match on the show, as much as I love the Okada and Tanahashi match for a different reason. I've also seen that match 15 times, you know, so it's more of an emotional thing there. So nothing wrong with that. I love the throwback. I thought it was great. I thought it told its own story about, you know, especially with Okada kind of having to turn back into the Rainmaker to get the win, which I thought was kind of a unique element to, but you know, outside of their normal matches, he had to step away from his heel persona for a bit to get the W. But in this match, the whole setup is that Takeshi didn't want to learn this basic maneuver, the one that ends up beating him at the end, which is very like Karate Kid, like Cobra Kai kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And they told it so
I thought
perfectly.
it was great. Yeah.
Both of them were hitting each other's moves during the match too, which I thought was really nice.
Yeah. This is going to be match of the year contender for the rest of the year. And I'm just going to have to continue to watch it every 3 or 4 months so I don't forget about it when people ask me what the best match of the year was, because that's what happens every year at Wrestle Kingdom. I have to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, same.
It starts at the beginning. We got to do like some kind of Grammy Awards thing where we start like really the beginning of the year starts in like March or something.
Had to do that with the Osprey and Kenny matches of like the Wrestle Kingdom and thingy, because like it was like, oh, the one for AEW was really good, but then it was like, oh, but the Wrestle Kingdom one was phenomenal, and I had to go and remind myself of that. But I think with Takeshita as well, and coming back on that that moment where it got cut off, it felt like Tsuji was about to give him his flowers, which would have been nice. Like maybe got him kind of softened up a bit to the New Japan crowd, and they're just cut off. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're not doing that.
Yeah.
That was I kind of separated the match and the win from the aftermath. Personally, I was just like, whatever, they're doing their thing. But I kind of agree. It would have been nice to just see him hold the belt up and walk out. But maybe they wanted to save the big babyface moment for Tanahashi's retirement. So they're like,
that's
let's
what
do
it
a
felt
cut
like.
off. And that's kind of what it felt like, is like maybe we don't need to overdo these big moments. We'll do a cut off and then build to the next thing. I disagree with it, but I could see the logic behind it.
Yeah, I see the logic behind it too, but I'm with you. I'm kind of half and half on it. Like I can see why they did it, but you know, we talked a lot about on this show, kids, about how to build a star, and like I get it, Tsuji just won the title, but man, if you want a blueprint of how to build a star, look at Okada, look at Tanahashi, look at Tsuji, look at Jay White over there when he was over there. I mean, look at this is how we build a guy. And this is without 5 promos a week. This is without multiple backstage segments. This is, you're building a wrestler through the matches, through the ring work, and an occasional promo. And like, I know that their version of TV wrestling is not everybody's version of TV wrestling in the States, and I get that. And I know there's a difference, but I just love it. Like, this is how you build a star, Faye. This is how Yota Tsuji, we've seen this. Remember when he had the wild hair as a young boy and he couldn't stop smiling? And there was a time when he was a young boy, and I thought, honestly, this big dopey looking kid, I don't get it. I don't, you know what I mean? But then, and you know, and I love the system, don't get me wrong, but like, all you're seeing him do is the drop kick and then the Boston Crab. And I'm like, how am I supposed to care about this, you know? But then you keep watching that smile, and then you're like, cool, but like he's not face. So like then it takes on a whole new meaning. It's a devious, like the Joker, like sinister. And I'm like, ooh, I like that.
It's the mania, isn't it? Like it's like the glee, the chaos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give
I
him
get
more
it.
dimension, more depth.
Although,
you know what I mean?
Although now he dresses like Carmen Sandiego, and I can't
does.
unsee it.
He does. Oh
Every
my
time
God.
I see it, like...
I absolutely love it. I think it's brilliant.
That was
If
great.
you could come out to like a techno version of like Carmen Sandiego or something, I'd be in for it.
Yeah. Where in the world is Yota Tsuji? That's what we need.
And that night his twin brother came down in his gear.
Yeah.
And you're looking at it going, wait a minute, that's him, but he lost a bunch of muscle mass. What happened to him? Like
it was so funny because last week you're on the show, I was in the chat and we were talking about Yota Tsuji, and I was like, he's so great. They got to put the title on him. They have to.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he's the ace for the next 5 years. Easily.
I agree with that.
5 years. As long as he doesn't get hurt, and they don't run him into the ground. They've been looking for this for a long time, and have tried to lean on Ibushi, tried to lean on Naito. They went with some older cats that did not work out, and I think they finally found someone that you can build the company around again and get us back to the glory days of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah,
he's got a great look, great style. He's put on enough muscle mass that he's not, it's not that he can't move, but he can wrestle on the mat, and he can do a little bit of other stuff, but like I just love the guy. I think it's such a great choice, such a smart choice. I mean, you look at that other crop. Can I be honest with you guys? I truly believe, maybe I'm wrong, I truly believe that they had Shota Umino picked out, that they thought, that's our guy. Mox gave him the rub. It worked for the longest time, and then it just stopped working.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, because you and I, at first, this was about a year and a half ago, we're doing something similar, or talking about either G1 like a year ago, or I can't remember, but we were like, man, that seems like that's probably the next guy, and then they cooled him way off. So I'm not sure what happened.
They had him drop the Death Rider thing, and that was what it was. It was cool. It was like thingy. They should have just made him go evil. They should have just turned him evil, and made him be an absolute killer. And then they didn't, and he was a sweetheart. But then he didn't bleed. He didn't have his match with Mox.
That's someone that
he was supposed to.
He could have benefited from the actual AEW thing of going there for, like, if you're doing it old school territory wise, when he started cooling off, you could have sent him to AEW for a couple months and then sent him back to Japan and done some cool stuff where people would follow him. But they haven't handled this whole situation in the way that you would handle it in years past. Well, decades past at this point. No one really does it right at this point.
Yeah. It was it's tough to watch that. I like him a lot. You know what? The commentators, Chris Charlton and I'm having a
Chris
terrible...
needs to get in the sea, honestly.
Yeah. I have a terrible day at remembering names today.
Walker,
something. Texas Ranger. That's who it is. They always point out that Red Shoes is his dad, and is it going to be what? And I'm always like, I've never seen one match where it even looked funny if Red Shoes was the ref in his son's match. Have I missed a match where everybody went, uh-oh?
I think there has been one where
really?
Where he got they basically made Red Shoes watch Shota just get absolutely decimated. And it was quite emotional. But it happened once. And it hasn't happened since.
So are you talking about just stopping the match, or him doing
no, it was
a Hebner kind of, well, from what Tom was saying, are you talking about him doing a Nick Patrick type thing, or just
they've always kind of called the question of, is it going to be impartial? And I'm like, why do y'all keep bringing this up? Because I don't see that at all. I don't know. That's
such an American. I wondered if translating the Japanese commentary, if it would be anything near what's happening there, because you don't really see that a lot in New Japan, doing the Nick Patrick referee Earl Hebner Montreal screw job kind of thing.
Yeah, that feels heavily out of character for a New Japan ref. At least I think the closest you get to that in AEW is like the constant inside joke of Rick Knox being on the payroll of the Young Bucks,
Right?
and like that's as much as you get.
Yeah.
That and Aubrey
but-
trying to fight everybody there
Yeah,
for a while.
and Bryce just hating MJF. Like those are the things, aren't they? Those are the constants. With Shooter though, I think that would have been a great idea. I think maybe it can go back to being that now that Mox is face. We'll see. That'd be nice, maybe. I think Tsuji at the minute, as we were talking about earlier on, he needs a new first opponent after Jake Lee.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be Callum Newman.
Ooh.
That'd be fun.
Buddy. Let's get into this card if you guys want to.
Yeah.
I like Callum. I really like Callum now. That bit they did at New Year Dash was great.
Cool, wasn't it?
Holy Lord, it was so good. And you could tell Ospreay and the guys worked it out. You know, no slick TV show writers had their hand on that one, kids. Professional wrestlers worked up that bit. It was great. It was so good.
Callum Newman's whole little because I've seen Callum Newman like quite a few times at in indie shows over here. He's in a trios of called Close Personal Friends, CPF. So it's him, it's Joe Lando who wrestles a lot. I think it's Noah that Joe Lando sometimes goes to. And someone called Danny Black. They're all great. They're all phenomenal. I wouldn't mind seeing Joe Lando in New Japan, to be honest, but it's really cool to see like Callum Newman just, it's like, oh, you're dangerous. You can tell that. Like,
yeah. New Year Dash looked like he hadn't slept in a week. You know what I mean? Man, he looked. Yeah, you're right. Dangerous is the word. He looked dangerous. United Empire at Wrestle Kingdom, kids, 10-man tag. They went over on the Bullet Club War Dogs and the unaffiliated, and Tsuji now has taken the unaffiliated and created a new faction. And I've missed the name of it. Who's got the name of that new faction?
Isn't it just Undefined or something like that? Like
something weird. It's
corporation.
I'm not a fan of it.
It's like Undefined Corporation or something.
Yeah, something like that.
In my notes, I just have Bullet Club War Dogs plus Shingo Takagi and Hiromu Takahashi. So I obviously missed this as well.
The thing is, I love the War Dragons. I thought that was a great little tag team. They were so cool. They should have just had them join Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Just kick David Finlay out. Let him go wherever he wants. Because for me, I just have it.
I like David Finlay. I see that you're not a fan.
He's just like, oh, we have Jay White at home. That's what David Finlay is to me.
That's tough. Yeah, I could see it though. That is tough.
It's
tough.
Jay trying to follow up a guy, and it's tough. Or I'm sorry, Dave trying to follow up a guy, and it's tough. But I like Dave too. Shout out Phil Lindsay. Phil's got a nice theory, and I kicked myself after he told me. I'm like, how come I didn't think of this? What's the odds? Because United Empire is doing this weird. Callum's dark, and you can tell. Like, we got to hurry up and get Will Ospreay better so we can rip his head off, because that's what they're going to do. But like, what's the odds that this unaffiliated thing with the War Dogs becomes a thing, and they keep hanging together, and the United Empire take over the mantle of the Bullet Club?
Oh, I wouldn't like that. I don't want that.
It's different. I don't hate it, but I don't hate it because you could keep United Empire as something that was special for Will and when those guys were face. So just remove it. And then you could have Callum come out and get in Finley's face and say, Bullet Club, you guys are War Dogs, are you? Is that what you call yourselves? We're the War Dogs. I don't know. Something like that.
My thing is as well is that I love Dan Maloney. He's a great wrestler.
So good.
He's not a good face. Didn't work in United Empire for me. It didn't click. And then it's like he was like red hot as soon as he got in Bullet Club. And I was like, oh, this is where you're meant to be. you're meant to be this horrible little evil man. I'm trying not to swear. But like it's like you're just this absolute just piece of garbage that we love, but you're very good at it. And it feels like if you take him and put him as a face, it's okay for heels to be cheered every so often. I'm a big supporter of this. But and that happens with Bullet Club, isn't it? Like everybody loves them.
Yeah.
But yeah. But also I'm okay with that. Just don't ever bring the Good Brothers back and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, don't let them get their hands back on it. We'll be good with that.
They do kind of become like a black hole for that gimmick, don't they? Not for a while, but after a while, it became. I don't know. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, it's more like AJ Styles kept them employed for a long time.
Yeah. And then the Young Bucks did the same, and it's like, my guys, you don't need that.
And by the way,
it through multiple companies, by the way, with the Good Brothers and AJ Styles.
Who's got a better look than Dan Maloney at the moment? Who looks better than Dan Maloney? Like,
yeah,
he just looks great. Like in a body business / face business and how you look.
Yeah.
Good God. I mean, he looks freaking phenomenal, man. He really does.
So cool.
Andrade El Idolo looked pretty great in this match. By the way,
know what?
He just refreshes himself every time he goes to a new company, and you're like, yeah, there's something there if they can get it out of him.
If they can get it out of him, yeah, that's a good way to put it. He looked good,
awesome in this match. He had this tornado DDT that was incredible.
He's very good. He does not fit with United Empire, and if you're putting Callum Newman over as this disgruntled, I'm about to kill somebody up in here kind of heel, I don't know if Andrade fits at all.
But he does fit with Don Callis family, has Kyle Fletcher, has Mark Davis, ex-United Empire guys.
It's true.
Enemies and Will Ospreay. I think that's your Forbidden Door setup.
Ooh, interesting.
I mean, if you're talking about United Empire and Bullet Club doing a weird switcheroo, like Andrade and Bullet Club's not the worst thing I've ever heard.
Not at all. Yeah.
As an enforcer.
And then have them go and do it in Bang Bang Gang. Have Juice Robinson just like and all them.
Yeah.
That'd be fine.
Yeah.
Especially if Gabe goes over to AEW, have him just bring the gimmick with him. Give it to AEW then. You guys don't want it.
I mean, the other thing is we got to see on Andrade, though. I'm not... he goes somewhere and looks great for a while.
I'm
and
convinced on Andrade. I think when Roosh got to AEW, we were very quickly reminded that Andrade wasn't the best one out of the two of them.
So it's so hard because he didn't really want to be in AEW to begin with, and he left having a great match back to WWE, and then had some good matches, and then was like, I don't want to be here either. So maybe given the rights, because NXT Andrade was like different level, like to where I thought he was going to be like one of the next biggest superstars, and he's been in this weird. I mean, and that could just be him as a person. I don't know. I don't know the guy. Right. But I don't know. Look great in this match. Maybe they can do something with him. That'd be awesome if they could, because I think when he's top tier, when he's the 110% Andrade, he is one of the best in the world. He's incredible.
I think there was some real kind of odd poetry behind him and Mira working each other for that last match, because a lot of the stuff you just said about Mira, maybe not the best worker thing, a lot of it's similar to Miro, where you're like, why is this guy not a star? Then you find out, because he constantly shoots himself in the foot everywhere he goes. Like, and I don't know if Andrade's doing it to that level, but there is quirky stuff happening with both guys. I don't know.
Andrade is weird because he wanted to leave a company to go work with his wife. Then he got a divorce, and then he left that company, but burnt the bridge with the first company. So now he's in Japan.
Yeah.
And then the company that he did just previously leave did like also take over his former workplace, right? So in AAA, so
Yeah.
Japan's kind of like his last hope, unless he's going to start showing up on TNA on A&E when they do that A&E debut or whatever.
Wow.
Didn't AEW just put out that All Elite graphic for him again? Didn't they just put it out? Yeah.
Yep.
So he's back.
And he was announced as being from AEW on Wrestle Kingdom as well.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I didn't. I missed that, but that's awesome. If that's the case. I mean, there's more they could have done a lot more with Andrade when he was in AEW, to be fair. Like I said, it's hard to know because I don't know the guy personally, but you see when there's smoke, there's usually fire, and that's probably why he's not the top level I think he could be.
We got into like all that backstage stuff with Sammy Guevara, didn't he, and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, so did everyone though.
Yeah. It didn't that happen over like a 3-week period where everybody had a fight with him?
It was like it was a lot of people who also just wanted to get released, so they were like,
let's just go beat up Sammy.
Let's go bully this guy that's 2 times smaller than me.
There's guys, people in the back of a building, the bowels of a building, going, "Who can I punch? Who can I?"
And then Eddie Kingston's like, "What are you guys doing? That looks fun," and then just does it anyway.
Yeah, it's not like people weren't backstage trying to bully like Samoa Joe, for instance.
No, that ain't happening. Let's see. We also had there's a big card, kids. I call it a big. It was only 9 matches, but still big in terms of gravity.
It did not feel like it lasted all that time.
Yeah,
went real quick.
I mean, the longest match was Okada and Tana. They went 33 minutes. Tsuji and Takeshita went 29. Those were the 2 longest matches. The TMDK match went 20 minutes.
Too long.
TMDK. Yeah.
Hey.
I'm sorry. It's too. They could have given this women's match a little bit more time. Cut something off. Cut a little bit off that.
They got 12 minutes. The women got 12 minutes.
Siri is incredible. Like,
dude,
they got 12 minutes of that.
Yeah,
I wish that was a Stardom match instead. Honestly, that's what I was thinking the whole time I watched it.
I thought Kamatani looked awesome in that match.
I think that's why I liked what they did last year because there was more women's wrestling. On it last year. Than there was this year.
I've been talking about this since they introduced that Stardom partnership years and years ago when my wrestling podcast was still up and running. I just don't know that that's ever going to happen in the way that American fans will want it to happen within New Japan, and that it might be better if they just save these big matches for Stardom events.
Yeah, there's to this day in 2026, there seems to be a reluctance to
on women's wrestling.
Yeah, I don't want to crap on the country of Japan here, but
well, I mean, it's also part of Stardom as a company because they sell the idea of idols, and then that tying that into men's professional wrestling and separating those two things out when New Japan is sold very much as a real sport still versus like how we look at wrestling in America. I get it. I think that we were robbed out of a really great match if you give it like 5 more minutes. But
the thing is as well is that they're like, oh no, these are idols, but also these women all hit just as hard as men, if not harder sometimes.
Harder.
But
give them the 5 extra minutes.
Please,
that's my point.
And it's mad because it's on TV so much more than New Japan as well, like Stardom over in Japan. Like it's just on their channels, like a lot more. From what I've experienced, there was a lot more Stardom showing than there was like just regular New Japan.
And the point about them, laying it in a little bit more. Unfortunately, that is the case that a lot of women have to because we are so weird when it comes to women being in the ring. Don't know why that is. Well, I know why. But, and it's like the old adage of when you're working somebody and you go up against the fans, up against the guardrail, you better be laying that in. Yeah. There's none of these I'm going to slap my bicep as I punch you BS. You're going to make contact because you cannot get in front of fans that close and pull up. It ain't happening. Like they pay good money to see wrestling, that not for you to fake a punch 2 meters in front of them, whatever you want to say. It's not happening. But Yeah. So TMDK, they won a last eliminating Bolton Oleg and Bishamon for the never open weight 6-man tag. I love Bishamon, by the way. I'm a Bishamon guy. I love Yoshi. I will defend Yoshihashi to the death. Okay. I defy anyone to tell me Yoshihashi's not.
That's a strange hill to die on, Tom.
I don't care. I'll die alone on it. I don't care. I love me some Yoshihashi. Yoshihashi is cursed with zero, actually negative charisma. That dude there's nothing there. But like, God, he's good. Like, you know what I mean? When he puts his stuff in, dude, I feel like any wrestler would be like, let me work with that guy. Because he can sell, his stuff looks real, it looks good. He's dependable. He's reliable. He always gives a great performance. I mean, he's solid is what I'm saying. That's why I like him.
He carried a lot of this match, too, because there was just a lot of in and out of the ring, to be fair, to your point.
Yeah. Yeah, I like him a lot. We also had El Phantasmo. I know nothing about Chris Brooks. I'll admit it. I'm completely ignorant about Chris Brooks.
I love Chris Brooks.
See?
Him and Zack Sabre Jr. just have, like, the best matches.
Oh, interesting.
So they've recently just done a show, and it was all like a lot of non-Japanese wrestlers, and it was called Bakagaijin, and that was what the show was called. But him and Zack, just watch his stuff. Watch his stuff in Noah with Lycos. It's phenomenal, so good. Right. Yeah, I would love to see Chris Brooks in AEW, and I'd just love to see Chris Brooks more in New Japan as well. He's so good.
I again not familiar with him, but I wasn't blown away. However, this was one match. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, I'm not going to take that as an indictment on who he is as a worker, but I personally was not blown away all that much by this performance. Maybe that's just me.
He's he's in DDT currently, right? Because the last match I saw was him and Aoki for the KOD open weight belt or something. Yeah, that was a pretty good match, Tom. You can go check that one out.
Yeah, sure. I'm willing to. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Him and Zack Sabre Jr. have had they've got like such a good chemistry together when they wrestle. So I highly recommend those.
Nice.
Also, it's kind of hard to at least in the States here. I haven't found a great way to consume DDT until like a couple of weeks after it happens. So if anyone out there listening has some insight, Christopher.R.Patton on Instagram, send me some links.
I think I know someone who might know a better way, so I will ask my friends for you.
Yeah, because I there's a lot of people in DDT that I like currently, and finding their matches is kind of an annoyance that I don't have time to do during the week while reading 900-page Stephen King books.
I had to start reading Stephen King soon.
You got to check out Bachman's Basement.
You're gonna love Bachman's Basement. You could go through the playlist, then you'll have a companion.
Amazing. Okay, love that.
Yeah.
But I would say Twitch is always a good one because there's just some people that stream loads of stuff all the time, constantly. So check those out. But yeah, I was delighted to see Chris Brooks in New Japan, to be honest. Makes me very happy. Makes my heart happy. But yeah, I think it was a good filler, that match.
Yeah. And I like Phantasmo. Phantasmo's grown on me.
Yeah, he's great.
I wasn't a big fan years ago, but he's grown on me, to be honest with you. I like him quite a bit.
I wish that he was as good as his name is.
Yeah.
The name is so good.
Have you noticed though that like he's one of the few people that like leaves Bullet Club and doesn't get lost in the swathe of people that usually happens in New Japan? When you leave Bullet Club, you just kind of fade into nothingness.
That's because
if you don't join another faction.
It's because the name is so good. You just put that thing in hard. People don't know what an El Phantasmo is. They're like, "What's El Phantasmo?" That's a great name.
And the cool jackets.
Yeah,
cool jackets. He's got a very sing-along entrance music that makes a big difference. People like to get involved. They like to have that, interactiveness when they go to see wrestling. That doesn't hurt at all. It's actually pretty smart.
They should come out with like Darkrai or Gengar gear for the Pokemon fans out there. Then people would be
I
like,
would love that.
That'd be sick. See, I'm
That would
helping
make
this
me
gimmick,
so happy.
help gimmick along here.
We'll just
on
go
the
to a
podcast.
Japan and book for him.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can help El Phantasmo. We can get this done.
We'll help him out. Maria, I hope you mean the long walk on Bachman's Basement was amazing. Because if you've not checked it out, you absolutely should.
If it was, I'm so glad that you liked it, Maria. You'll really like Stand By Me in the Body, which is coming out tomorrow.
Coming out tomorrow. The promo went out before we went live here today. Also, kids, El Desperado. And maybe a surprising win. Defeated Kosei Fujita, Taiji Ishimori, and Sho to become number one contender for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. I kind of feel like Fujita, this was his match to win.
I thought he was going to win that.
But I love Desperado. I'm not going to complain about it.
Despy is my favorite. It's my favorite. But yeah, I thought Fujita was going to win that too.
Yeah. I mean,
this is the one that had the weird setup, though, right?
Mhm.
Didn't we have like a long pro? I'm like, what is happening here? Once again, that women's match could have got 5 more minutes. I'm critical of every show we watch, even if I really love the end result of the pay per
It's who
view.
you
You're gonna
are.
get some. You're gonna get some criticism here.
It's who you are.
I liked the bit where Robbie X came out and they did like the flips and stuff like that.
Mm.
Really entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting choice. Aaron Wolf, Holy Lord, defeated Evil to become
Imagine the debut match being
wow
50 in front of 50,000 people.
For a title.
kidding.
Yeah.
What a way! What a
And
way to
he
go
won.
in.
Well, I tell you what,
Look
that crowd
shell-shocked.
that crowd wanted that for sure. They loved it. Like, I mean, you primed the pump for like 3 years straight with having these, House of Torture dudes cheat every 9 seconds in every freaking match on every freaking card. I mean, I'm waiting for a fan of Japan to go, "Hoy!" You know what I mean? Just smack their own head because they're like, "Enough of this."
What a power play this guy had, though, of like Evil being like, if I win, I'm going to shave your hair off. He's like, joke's on you. I already did that.
Yeah,
Like,
that was great.
I love this match, and I think Evil was actually the perfect opponent because it was going to be a very slowed down style and really let him being his very first match, right, in front of all of these people, really slowed down match. I think everything went perfect for a debut, and now we get to see this man run through the G1. If done correctly, that could be a huge deal. If he can continue to learn on the fly. As your never open weight champion headed into the G1. Wow.
yeah.
You talk about rising rocket right there.
Yeah.
I thought this was a great, as far as a debut match goes, could it have went any better? Could you, if you're trying to book a star from day one,
No.
could you do it better than in front of the Tokyo Dome, beating this group with Evil at the head of it with all of their shenanigans
All of
that
it.
they've been doing all year long? That he got such a huge pop.
Yeah.
Such a huge pop.
Yeah, it was excellent. I loved it. And I mean, I'm on the record, kids. Evil is a very good wrestler. Like, he's so much better than the gimmick. And like, at any given time, I'm like, how happy are you? Like, are you okay with this? Are you happy? Because like, I really feel like he's better than what that gimmick is. But maybe that's just me. The fans respond though. Like, whether they love it or hate it, they're territorial about their people. Like, House of Torture is theirs. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of that faction.
Yeah,
No, me neither.
they loved seeing him get twisted up at the end of that match, though.
Yes.
Fans, even the fans in Japan are like, all right, come on, House of Torture. We're kind of done with this.
Yep, that's it.
But it was a good payoff. We waited 12 months for this payoff, and it gave it to us.
Yep.
Because this has been a rough year if like of House of Torture.
Yeah.
If you're not a fan of those matches, which I'm not it's not that I'm not a fan of Evil, but what they've been doing with House of Torture, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of.
The thing is, they do what they're meant to do. It's just that they do what they're meant to do at every opportunity. And it's like, my guys, come on, there has to be one time you don't do that, please.
Yeah, it's too much. It's like watching NWO and WCW at some point with how much interference there is, which is never a good thing. It's never a comparison you want drawn.
Well, I defended House of Torture. I've defended House of Torture too. I'm like, if professional wrestling were real, you would do anything you could to win, which means you'd have every guy that works with you come out, try to help you win, because that's what you would do, because you'd be crazy not to. Once you find out, we won't get fired and we won't get in trouble and no one's going to get mad at us. Well, y'all just want to try to win every match. Cool. All right. So that makes sense, but yeah, it's overdone.
But also from the entertainment standpoint, that would be the same thing as being like, why doesn't a sniper just shoot Batman?
Well, that's fair. How come Deadshot has never taken him out? Right?
Yeah, like from like a mile away, you never see it coming.
Yeah, Deadshot.
Also, there's a great short if you have the Killing Joke hardcover that is exactly that. It's a great story. I can't think of who wrote it, but it's incredible. So if you have the hardcover Killing Joke, or if you can go find a copy, it's worth checking out.
Is Deadshot the Marvel character, and I just got my character screwed up? Isn't Deadshot the Marvel version of?
Yeah, that's Deadpool.
Deadpool's the Marvel version.
Deadshot's DC. Killshot, right, is Marvel.
I got the name right, Deadshot. I'm having the worst day for names in my life.
Who's the one in Green Arrow? That's the one you're looking.
Who's the one that
That's Deadshot. Yeah, Deadshot is in. He's in the entire Arrow series.
In Suicide Squad, yeah.
Floyd Lawton.
Floyd Lawton. I knew the name. Yeah, I knew that name, for crying out loud. Let's circle back real quick to Okada and Tanahashi before I forget their names as well. Thoughts on this match? I know it's not quality of what they were 10, 20 years ago. I get that, but like, I thought it was solid. I thought Tana did everything Tana in 2026 could possibly do.
Did you notice they put Rocky on comms before Chris Charlton could even open his mouth? Like,
I did not watch this with English commentary. Was it that bad?
It wasn't. It's Chris Charlton's tone, and it wasn't just me that thought this, because I do like a watch. I basically do like a post along on Blue Sky when I watch Wrestle Kingdom, and everyone was like, "Oh, I'm switching to Japanese comms for the because everyone was kind of tired of how he was talking about it in the Takeshita Tsuji match, so everyone was kind of prepared for it already." And yeah, he just kept like talking about how Okada's like, he's not the Okada from New Japan and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, but he's still Okada. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I get what they were trying to do, because it does play out in the match where he does flip the switch and becomes the Rainmaker once more, which I think is. It was
just all the way through it. So as soon as I heard Rocky, I was like, oh, so you've done what you did last year. Got ya.
I'm not gonna lie. I picked the best stream that I could find of this at 4:03 whenever it was in the morning, early in the morning, and it just happened to have Japanese commentary, so I did not hear any of the English commentary. But you guys have made multiple comments about the commentary. It must have not been great.
I like Charlton. I like that. I like that Charlton is pro NJPW, and he's territorial about his own company. Like. And I don't think he's got producers in his headset saying, don't say that. And I know he got in trouble, which is dumb. Tony Khan's ego should take a back seat. It's just business. It's on the mic. And if you don't like it, I don't know. Don't get me started. But, like, I like Charlton quite a bit. I do. Like, I mean, if the shoe were on another foot and Tanahashi was coming in from another company, would he have said the same? I don't know. But, again, I say that Charlton is very NJPW. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
I have no, like I said, I didn't hear the commentary. So for me, I was just making up the commentary in my head. It was me, it was you and I, Tom, doing commentary of this absolutely wonderful 15th battle of these two Titans. One last time.
Did you notice that Okada had to really psych himself up to get into the heel persona, because it looked like he was bursting out crying as he was walking down that ramp?
Yeah,
Like it was so emotional straight away.
And it was so great that we got to see Rainmaker one more time, though. He had to turn it on to get the win. It was brilliant.
I would have liked his whole theme. I think.
Yeah.
I would have liked Okada's theme, but it wasn't about Okada really.
That's what I was going to say. It would have showed him up. I think it would have showed Tana up a little bit. Yeah.
Well, no one told that to Naito. So.
No,
yeah.
Well, they played
Naito's theme's a banger though. It's so good.
Yeah, they played Naito's theme to let the crowd know who it was, but then they stopped it and played the theme that Naito's now going to use, I guess, wherever he ends up, is what I'm guessing.
Which needs to be back in New Japan, honestly, at this point.
It does. I don't understand. I don't know if he's had a no-compete this whole time, him and Bushi, because I don't think they've done anything, have they? I've not heard about it.
I think Naito's done something.
Bushi's got to get healthy first and foremost before that even becomes a question, right? But Naito, I think he's probably good to go. I don't know for how much longer. That's a different.
I was about to say, isn't he going blind? Like, isn't his health just not in the best way?
Yeah, because
in general,
didn't he work like on the Noah show like 2 or 3 days before this? I could be wrong. I could look this up, but.
Naito's been doing bits, which is shocking to me. I just thought he was done.
No, he didn't. No, he did not. There was he may have been at the Noah show. That might have been what I saw. I haven't seen the Noah event. That was a couple days before this. So, I mean, him showing up and saying like, "Hey, maybe I'll see you again in New Japan." Kind of that was kind of the rough translation of his conversation with Tanahashi. It leads me to believe that he might be back at some point.
Yeah, he was like, I'll be waiting for when you wrestle again. And it's like, stop saying this. Tanahashi doesn't need to wrestle anymore.
But maybe Tsuji needs to, eliminate that demon. We get a Naito Tsuji match. Naito's been saving it since May 4th of last year. So maybe he's got one more left in the tank. That was the last match I could find that he wrestled.
Well, it was just nice to see Kota Ibushi and Naito within 30 feet of each other and not dropping each other on their heads. So that was nice.
That's true.
Because they did that a lot through the years.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
It was wild seeing Jay White and Kenny in the same ring.
Yeah. Right?
It really was. I don't know, man. The whole ceremony was so great with everybody giving the flowers. The Shibata moment was like seeing Shibata cry is like it's like seeing your dad cry or your grandpa cry or something where you don't see it very often. But man, that thing hit me hard. I was like, whew.
That was so good.
It was so good. It was so well done. And the air guitar, last air guitar
had to
by Tanahashi.
5 last air guitars, the biggest air guitars you've ever seen.
This man hit 4 high five flows and he could barely walk.
Yeah.
In this match. It's incredible. I'm not going to say it is the best Okada Tanahashi match. Like I said, there's been 15 of them. But the emotional weight of it, I think it's kind of like, was Ric Flair versus HBK the best Ric Flair match of all time? I was like, I don't know, but I wouldn't argue with anyone if they said that was their favorite Ric Flair match because of the gravity and the emotional weight to it at the time before he came back like 7 times after that. But
that's fair.
During the time, it felt it had that weight to it. So I love the match. I saw people giving it like
my son adored it. He dragged himself out of bed, which is hard to do for a 15-year-old at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, so early.
Yeah, it's like on when I wake up. Usually I'm awake before it. But my son, I text my son and I was like, it's happening now. The match is happening now. And I just ran downstairs. Like, really loved it. He's a big Okada fan anyway. He loves Tanahashi, but like he is a huge Okada fan.
Sounds like a great kid.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's so cool.
Smart kid, yeah.
I did the opposite of which I told Tom he had his show on Friday, and I was like, the energy drinks are on tap, brother. I'm staying up. So I was ruined the rest of the week, but
we've mentioned on the show before too, everybody, that Tanahashi deserves a lot of credit. And I don't think what you said before, Chris, is incorrect, that it's him and Inoki. Like Inoki started it, but Tana saved it. And when before Tana, they couldn't sell out, I don't think, a half of a building. And I think they'd actually stop running some venues because business was bad. But Tana came in and he did something. Talk about charisma. And people just had to see him. And ticket sales start building and things start going on the uptick. I mean, look, I don't know to the extent that Cena saved WWE. I just don't know if I buy that. I like John a lot, but I firmly believe Tanahashi saved New Japan.
Well, I mean, he made WWE a lot of money in a downtime of wrestling.
Fair.
You could say that.
Sure.
But WWE wasn't going anywhere because there wasn't any other competition. Who was going to beat them? TNA?
Right. Exactly.
Ring of Honor with their shoestring budget. Like,
Yeah.
I loved Ring of Honor during this time period, but really, and everyone said this during the big reign of John Cena and his 5 moves of doom. And the reason a lot of people don't like John Cena, which I think is unfair because of the way he was pushed, is because WWE was the only show in town.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the time period. So it's kind of weird in where New Japan still had Noah and DDT and they're kind of all fighting for the same. Crowd attendance means a lot more to those companies than it does to WWE and with their television deals and pay-per-view deals and stuff. It's a different atmosphere altogether. But yeah, like when Tanahashi came in on the brink of bankruptcy, and then you get AJ Styles and kind of the real Bullet, or what I consider the real Bullet Club. And then you get Okada and you get Naito coming in. And that's like, to me, I know that people like from the 90s are like, that's terrible. New Japan was great. It's like, yeah, but they fell off way hard. And this Tanahashi led the charge of bringing it back to glory. Into some ways, giving us AEW. Because without him saving it from bankruptcy, we don't get Kenny Omega in the same way.
Yeah. Did you guys see as well, after the parade, even after Tanahashi had left, people still just stuck around to watch the vignette on the screen?
Oh, that's
like
cool.
No one left.
Yeah.
Like they showed, like they did like a video package of like Tanahashi's like career essentially, and no one left. No one got up to leave the arena. They were all just watching the Tron, which was really cool.
Man,
I mean, Tanahashi literally left everything in the ring that he could ever leave this year. Honestly, like this year was incredible. Like that, like I said, at his age and knowing everything he's going through health wise, which we don't like to speculate on, but you can look at how a guy's walking.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a theater teacher when I was a kid, and he talks about this older lady that was an actress, and then she could get on stage and she would be all hunched over beforehand, and then when she got on stage, it would just snap into place.
Yeah.
Like Willy Wonka?
Yes.
Gene Wilder?
Tanahashi gave us his best Willy Wonka this whole year. I think that is a perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
It was incredible. What a time to be alive. We got to see the hope. Well, I don't want to say hopefully, but we got to see a great last match of Tanahashi. If he is done, which hopefully he is, it's the perfect retirement. I haven't seen one better in a long time.
I think New Japan's in safe hands with him as well. Just need Gedo to take a fucking step back.
I think they are to an extent, but and this is nothing against Tana, but like there's been weird decisions in the past year or so, and I'm like, boy, I hope this one wasn't him, and I hope this one wasn't him. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Well, it started with the booking committee. Like, I'm not going to blame this on Gedo at all because they put Gedo.
I will blame everything on Gedo.
They put this weird booking community together, and then he lost Jay White and Kenny Omega and so on and so forth really quickly.
Yeah.
And then they started a booking committee, and they didn't really have any. They didn't have Tsuji. Definitely wasn't available for their next guy up, so they had to rely on like Naito and Ibushi and try to get through and create their ace, which hopefully now they have. So, leaning back on Gedo and Tanahashi together with what they have on their roster right now, I think it's a good step for New Japan forward in comparison to the past, not necessarily last year, but the last 3 or 4 years, I don't think has been the best New Japan I've seen.
They've had their moments. I mean, COVID was tough, but like to their credit, a certain company fired people left and right, and they didn't fire anybody, and their top executives took pay cuts so they didn't have to release anybody during COVID. And that's impressive. Like that makes me want to continue being a fan. And, before they couldn't make contact with fans, of course, and everyone's distancing because in some countries people are smart. And Tana's coming back up the aisle one night, and there's this little kid trying to touch him, and he's crying because he can't touch the kid. Like, hug the kid, and I'm like, stop it! You got to stop doing this to me because you're killing me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
like I said, this match really, this last year made me have a whole different appreciation from Tanahashi as just being like one of the greats of all time, to really understanding how much he meant to that wrestling fan base.
Yeah.
Really, that there was a different level of understanding. Like I said, it's like Jeff Hardy, like where you can't explain this ethereal
to this
charisma kind of thing.
But
it never clicked with me until I saw it. Like this year, it really with full force, with everyone knowing that he's coming close, right to the end. And it's been brilliant. It's been a great ride.
Yeah, and think about it. There's a whole generation of fans who go to the New Japan shows that started going because of him, and now he's going back behind the curtain. So, like, hopefully they'll stick around, because I think there's enough great stuff there now that you're like, we're going to miss Tana in the ring, but man, they got some good stuff happening right now. So, like,
also Tanahashi and Okada were like, hey, John Cena, hold our beers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I mean, that match,
was
retirement.
good.
That's how you do retirement. Yeah.
And anyone who's out there complaining about like Tanahashi not putting a young cat over, he did all year.
Yeah.
There's multiple examples of him putting people over this entire year. It's
for
fine.
Sure.
It's fine.
Yeah. Well, some people are going to be weird no matter what happens. Before we take it home, we've mentioned New Year Dash here. This was night 2. I kind of liked it when they first started doing this 2-night business. Didn't they just call it Wrestle Kingdom nights 1 and 2, and then they called it? Night 2 was whatever it is. Like, I kind of wish they'd go back to that.
Yeah, so they usually do 1 and 2 nights, and then New Year's Dash was like either a day or 2 after.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. It was a good show.
I think it would have been good to do like a collaboration night every year. I thought that's what they were going to do, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the first year they did it where they actually had more stardom matches.
So
you kind of got, I don't know. It seemed like it was handled a little better. Whereas now night 1 sets up pretty much all of the matches for night 2, and there's not a lot like we saw on night 1. They set up a lot of stuff for night 2, which is it's fine. It's almost like a season it's like watching a season finale and a season premiere, right? That.
Yeah.
It's like if you did the Royal Rumble and then immediately did like WrestleMania,
Yeah.
Yeah, New Year, can I be honest with you? New Year Dash was a lot of talking. It kind of felt like American TV wrestling for a bit. And I'm like, y'all need to stop talking. Get to the next match.
Yeah, this is not what we're here for.
A lot of talking and a lot of tag matches, brother.
Yeah.
But they're like big reset, really, is Dominion, isn't it? Like that's where you cement your what's gonna happen till like next Wrestle Kingdom, I feel. With New Japan. I think Dominion's like your big shake up bit.
I mean, the last 2 years so this year they didn't have a single, right? So they didn't have a singles match on the entire card. Last year they didn't have a singles match on the entire card. No, they had Barnett. They had that Barnett match. It was like an exhibition match. And then the year before that, they didn't have they had Tanahashi versus Taguchi for the television championship, which went 5 minutes. So like if you're a fan of just New Japan singles action, and aren't a fan of 10-man, 8-man, 4-man tag matches, this is not the show for you, which I'm not. Yeah. I'm just not a fan of this match style. So I told Tom, I was like, the New Year's Dash thing, I only watched some of these matches.
Yeah. I don't mind the way New Japan do their multi-man matches because I like chaos, and that's what they are. But I get what you mean. I don't like multi-man. Like, there needs to be a break, a bit of variety. It's like what you always say, Tom, there needs to be something for everyone on a show.
Yeah, I mean, we had Roppongi Revice in the main event of this show. Right?
Yeah.
maybe we don't need 2 shows.
Is this breaking news?
What?
Drew just beat Cody Rhodes for the WWG. Did that happen for real?
No, really?
Is that shocking though?
I don't think it's shocking, but I question the move. But that's me.
So I haven't paid attention to WWE.
Yeah, on SmackDown.
Which
beat Cody on SmackDown.
It's 5:30. What's oh, they're okay. Obviously, they're not running a show here in the U.S.
Right.
Should have put 2 and 2 together there.
You know what that feels like to me? If there's a title change on SmackDown, something's happened. I bet Cody's hurt. I bet there's something going on behind the scenes because that feels weird.
Literally 26 minutes ago.
Yeah, that feels weird, man.
Drew got the first fall. So they did a three-stage. First fall, hitting a low blow, and then the Claymore for the 3 count. Cody won the second, and then Drew won the third. Wow.
Yeah. Well,
they're
I like
over
both
near
those guys,
UK.
man.
They're over there in the UK. That's where this match is happening at, apparently.
Oh, really? That's wild.
I mean, I like both. I like both Cody and Drew. So I'm like, I don't care.
They have 2 more titles in that.
I didn't even know.
Don't get me started. They have 2 championship titles. They don't have a true brand split. What is the point?
They don't have a brand split. Hadn't had it in years.
I had to look. Which one is the WWE championship? That's not the. Okay, is that the weird
Roman
one that
Reigns
kind of
one?
looks like? Okay, all right. So it's the
Roman
important
Reigns one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The important one. So Cody lost the important one to Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
They'll
They'll give Punk that world title all day long. You know what I mean? They gave him that WWE title twice or once, but they'll get him that world belt all day long. Like
I'll give WWE credit if they do something fun with Drew McIntyre's run. I see that. I see your comment there, Maria. If they do something fun with this title change, I tend to agree with Tom on which that means something happened to Cody because we're heading into Rumble, right? And then Money in the Bank and all that. There's lots of ways to set up a title change, and WWE generally won't make a title change on a SmackDown before some of their biggest pay-per-views of the year.
And plus, Mania is around the corner. Why in the world would you do this in January?
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, that means that's something's
I
going
feel
on.
like something's happened. I feel like Cody's hurt, but I could be wrong.
Is Cody just not going to Saudi? Is that what it is? Like,
I don't think Cody would say no to Saudi. He's their guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He should say no out of principle. But dude, Punk didn't say no, right? Punk went, didn't he?
yeah.
I'm sorry, everybody. I don't hate the guy, but you talk about compromising on everything you used to talk about. That's over.
Yeah.
Got to cash that check, baby.
Yeah. So, I mean, So the other thing is that Drew McIntyre's promos against Cody leading into their feud have just been him talking about Dusty, which is kind of old hat.
Yeah, didn't Seth bury that when he came out dressed as him? Like,
it's a little old hat for me, but I like Drew, and him having the belt's not the worst thing in the entire world.
No.
I think
it's about time.
We'll see what happens at the Rumble because that makes things more interesting, right? I'm not saying it, Maria. I'm not saying it never has happened ever in the history of WWE.
He's like, I'll show him.
In the past, 20 years, right before Rumble and Mania, when has there been a title change on a TV show, like a heavyweight title change on a TV show?
I mean, a TV show title change just feels very weird to me. But
that's just not something they do.
Ray, have you been here the whole time? Ray, I can't put your comment up. Fail, disappear forever. Good Lord, Ray, where have you been?
Let me just have a look at that. It's
also, when Slaughter won the title, these are also TV tapings. They were taped in weird ways, and it's not really live Monday Night Raw. And
fair.
We don't know what injuries and what not injuries were happening during the time period they decided to do that TV taping.
Mm-hmm. Maria's coming after you, buddy. She's going to set you straight.
Did Goldberg win the title from Kevin Owens and then drop it?
Yeah. Ray, I'm just messing with you.
That would be really bad if that.
All right, we're gonna answer this big long.
That wasn't fast lane, right? That was a fast lane.
Fast lane don't count.
Okay, that doesn't count. That was a pay per view.
That don't
A
count.
terrible pay per view, but a pay per view in itself.
Fast lane's never counted. All right, Ray, we're gonna answer this this big question. Then we're gonna go start our weekend here. All right, De La Soul or Rex in Effect? I'm gonna say Rex in
De La
Effect.
Soul.
I like De La Soul, but because I like the whole, I like the tribe movement and all the jazz rap stuff, but because they were part of that family too. What do you think, Chris?
De La Soul and easily Big Pun. Big Pun is
Really?
his career would have been so much if he didn't die. I think we'd still be talking about Big Pun. He's one of the greatest rappers of all time. Honestly, listen to his lyricism. He's great. There's a freestyle battle between him and Mos Def and DMX all sitting at this table together that you can find on YouTube, and it's incredible.
Okay.
Highly recommend checking that out. Big Pun.
Nice.
Big Pun. Love it.
Let's see.
Oh, yes. Would I go jogging to a jogging suit? Probably not, because I don't need a jogging suit.
A jogging suit story says.
Yeah. So, do they? If they have like an old school Run DMC like Adidas tracksuit, I'd probably get that.
Nice.
You got to get that hat, that Gilligan hat too.
Yeah, like old school Beastie Boys, Run DMC, probably rock something like that. And then, definitely get some brisket with you anytime, buddy.
Oh, I love brisket. Yeah, I'm so down for that too.
Yeah, see, you got 3 yeses all across the board.
And I'd have to get a pink jogging suit because it's on brand.
Get an Adidas one, and then we can do a podcast. I'll have a different one. We can both get pink ones. Get Tom to get a pink one, and it'll be like
That'd
a
look cool.
weird version of the
Should do
Beastie
that.
Boys.
I wear black. That's what I wear. So you're out of luck on that one.
No, we'll get you in a pink one. It'll be great.
You got to get a dark. Can you get this shade of pink? Because then I'll wear it. Do you know what I mean? If you can get this shade,
We'll give you the 3 pink Adidas stripes.
Tom's afraid of how beautiful pink will make his eyes look.
Yeah,
that's fair.
pink is the best wrestling color. Kyle Fletcher said so.
I didn't even shout out Phantasmo's Bret Hart gear. Dude is flat out ripping off Bret Hart's gear. I'm sure it's a tribute, but holy Lord, Phantasmo.
Just wait until they see the gear Faye and I are coming up with his El Phantasmo Gengar / Darkrai gear. It's going to be over 9,000. So
I love red. Like if I had a second favorite color, it'd be red. If I've got a rack of shirts, there's red and black, I'm bypassing that red every time. I don't know.
Tom has never once turned his back on Wolfpack. He's been red and black Wolfpack for years.
Saying
my actual favorite color is yellow.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard that in my life.
Yeah, it's just like sunlight, isn't it? It's nice.
You were the first person I've ever met that said yellow is my. I'm legit. I don't know if I know anybody that's ever said that. That's interesting. I've heard pink. I've heard everything you can imagine, but
I wear a lot of black because it's slimming. But if I had to pick a favorite color, I don't know. This Mickey blue color, this UNC blue is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with Carolina blue. I wear a lot of black because it's black like my soul. So there you go.
Most wrestling shirts are black. I love colored wrestling shirts.
Yeah,
we don't get enough of them.
Yeah, we don't get enough of like 1998 Billy Gunn shirts. Just highlighter green.
To be fair, this Young Bucks one is very pink.
It is very pink.
Sure.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, kids, we're getting ready to start our weekend here. Faye, before we get out of here, tell everybody out there where they can find you on the internet.
Yeah, we are on Blue Sky, Twitter, Discord, Facebook, YouTube, Untitled Wrestling Pod or Untitled Res Pod. And you can get the links through boinkstudios.com as well.
Mm-hmm.
Check out Bearmo Podcast and check out Two Nations Under Ted as well. And my friends are Damn It Redacted. It's no longer Damn It Vince Podcast.
It's Repeat or Delete.
Repeat or
Actually,
Delete,
Repeat or Delete has taken the place of Hallmark of Greatness. Are they renaming Damn It Vacant also?
Yeah, Damn It Vacant, that's it. Yeah. Damn It Vacant. There's so many name changes. I'm terrible with them. But yeah, check all of us out. It's fun. But yeah, I'm on Blue Sky as Faye Wild Wolf as well. But we've just had a new episode of the podcast come out. We've done end of year awards, and before that we did a Wrestle Kingdom review as well. So we've got both of those episodes out. Yeah. Thanks for having me on. It's been super fun. I really enjoy it.
I'm glad we finally got hooked up. I appreciate you coming on. Chris, let everybody know.
Christopher.R.Patton on Facebook and Instagram. BoinkStudios.com. Check out your boys' podcast, Bachman's Basement. If you like Stephen King, if you like Richard Bachman, the pseudonym of Stephen King, if you like to hear us talk about whether the movie is better than the book, we're here for you. The Body / Stand By Me, and my tribute to Rob Reiner drop tomorrow. And yeah, man, Faye, it was great talking to you again. I'm always happy to show with you. And Tom, thank you so much for having me, buddy.
Of course.
I'm
anytime.
excited to watch that, to listen to that Stand By Me episode, because it's one of my favorite movies.
It's good.
It's
a wonderful movie. And I put the movie over the book. Spoiler alert.
You did, totally. Yeah, it's a good episode.
But you won't find out why unless you listen to the episode.
Yeah, that's right. Find out the reasons why.
We're not going to tell you why.
Are very important. I'm not spoiling that.
That gives it away. We won't do that. All right, guys. Thanks again. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you have it, kids. Faye and Chris. We appreciate both of them coming on here today. That's all we got for you, kids. I won't take forever. I appreciate everybody watching. Thanks for supporting Boink Studios, as Faye and Chris both mentioned there. Please check us out on YouTube. Check us out on boinkstudios.com. You'll find links to everybody that co-hosts with me and that I co-host with. Along the way, you'll find them on that website. Check out Boink Studios on YouTube, kids. Everything you can imagine. Entertainment, sports, pop culture, you name it, we do it. We've been doing it since 2014, Jack. We're still rolling on. So you got now 12 years worth of content on the YouTube channel. I promise you there'll be something that you can find to help pass your daily commute. Maybe you got time in between picking up the kids, or you're waiting to meet somebody. You want to pop on a podcast. I'm a podcast junkie, dude. I listen almost as much as I record, and that's a lot. So if you are one of those people and you appreciate cool, fun, entertaining podcasts that don't have some weird agenda, and they're not yelling at you and telling you that they're right all the time and everybody else is wrong, and that the egos are so big you can't fit them through the door, then you may enjoy Boink Studios. But we appreciate you, again, hanging out with us today, folks. Thanks, as always, for being there for us. Everybody have a great weekend, okay? And as always, go check out some pro wrestling if you can. And stay tuned, kids. We'll be back next week, barring any unforeseen circumstance. Please check us out a week from today for another episode of Tom Clark's Main Event. That's all we got, folks. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time, kids.